how is the coronavirus affecting real estate in Columbia, South Carolina? Well, what I've just done was I made a video where basically you're looking at my screen and I'm going through all the different price points, different areas to see what is taking place in Columbia. Now, the reason I did this is I want to test assumptions because I know buyers are thinking, why would sellers have their house open at this point? Sellers are thinking buyers are afraid to act. They're hearing about some of the differences and changes in loans. Some loan officers are seeing a lot of different changes. Others not so much. So there's so much going on, so much fear taking place. I think I have good news for you. First off, the inventory, and of course, good news is relative. Are you a buyer or are you a seller? Because that's really the real estate market is the real estate market, but who has that advantage? It has been lately the sellers because there's really tight inventory. So houses are going under contract almost instantly. If a house goes on the market, that first couple of days, it's a feeding frenzy and multiple offers tend to be submitted. Has that changed? No. Surprisingly, I thought it would. When I look at the stats, I'm shocked. I go through every price point and I'm still seeing, okay, let's say 200 are currently active. There could be 300 that went under contract in this last 20 days. They're not closing yet, and that's what we got to monitor. But I was really shocked to see that the inventory is not growing. I thought one of two things were going to happen. One, that the pendings would the actives would start being withdrawn, and maybe the pendings get stuck, but making it where the inventory actually could have gotten tighter, especially if sellers wanted to take it off the market during the uncertainty. So that's one case of it could actually become more of a seller's market. Of course, we have the other case. If the economy really takes a huge hit, we don't know where we're at. There's still uncertainty everywhere. We all know this. But, a lot of people would think, okay, if the economy suffers, then the housing market will suffer. Right now, we're actually seeing where the housing market interest rates may actually be going up instead of down more. So in the long term, that could affect the higher price houses a little bit more and going downward, but rent's still going to be a lot more at the lower price point than owning a home. So we just don't know exactly what the end result will be. We do know this though. Columbia tends to be a stable housing market. We are surrounded with, University of South Carolina, Fort Jackson, healthcare, state government. Good news is those things don't disappear overnight. We don't have that big tech companies that, are creating, tech millionaires, but then when they lay off, it's taken a lot from the economy. We have a nice stable market. That's one of the beauties of Columbia, South Carolina. So I'm not as scared of the overall effects from the coronavirus. There's some other things that we could get into as far as the way banks are handling difficult times for their homeowners. I'm going to do that in a separate video because that needs to be discussed. So, and the worst part is there's not direct answers, and that's why it needs to be discussed. You can't say it's a good idea to go through forbearance or it's a bad idea to go through forbearance unless it's extreme cases. What you got to know is what could the choices be and how do you evaluate if that's the right possible outcome for you. And we'll get into that in a different video. I'm trying to make these more around helping you understand what's taking place in this market. A lot's changing. A lot of realtors are afraid. A lot of realtors aren't showing houses. Other realtors are gung-ho. And that's great. But the question is are we giving you the accurate information? Judge us on that. And that's what my goal is here, is to do for you. So enjoy this. Check out that video. This was supposed to be a little trailer. Did not quite. But I'll talk to you soon. Bye.